All right, everybody, welcome back to another episode of
No.
Dog Talk
Talks. Oh,
Sports.
oh,
Sports. Rawr, 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 rawr,
oh,
rawr.
oh. We love
So,
sports.
we are here. It is past Black Monday in the NFL world. It is Wednesday, January 7th. Black Monday was on the 5th. And we got coaching carousel news. We have the super wild card weekend this weekend. We got the semifinals in college football. Plenty of football stuff to talk about, and we're going to dive into all of that. Um, we do have to, unfortunately, because of Pete, and Pete's kind of right, we have to talk about how the Yankees whiffed on another player.
Listen, this is like the Odyssey right now. We are Odysseus as he is on my forearm, just weathering the storm right now.
Yeah, but there was a happy ending to that. There's no happy ending with the
There's
Yankees.
Well,
no
we don't know. Listen, Odysseus
listen.
didn't know there was a happy ending.
Yeah, and Pete, how long was Odysseus out to sea and away from his family before things? The Odyssey was called the Odyssey because it took so fucking long.
Well, we're in the thick of it right now.
No, we're not. We have no idea where we're at.
I think at this point we've had to hit the sirens right now. No, like
No,
the
it could
ship has
always be worse.
the ship has derailed. We are up on rocks right now, and we are just trying to find our way.
We're at the Cyclops or the Trojan horse because none of it makes sense.
Well, anyway, the Cabrera, Eduardo Cabrera has been traded to the Cubs. The
The
Yankees,
Trojan horse. I think we're even mixing stories right now.
Odysseus is part of the Trojan horse.
Trojan horses is the Odyssey.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. And I was comparing
Yes.
the Trojan horse to a piece of shit head coach who's doing absolutely nothing but destroying this team from the inside out.
Great
Well, you're
segue.
right.
Great segue. Perfect.
So Yankees whiff on another top pitching player on the market. They were apparently never close. They had
Never even
concerns.
close, they said.
There were concerns about his elbow medically, but it's just all excuses. They don't want to pay him. They don't want
Shocking. We're concerned about someone's elbow. Meanwhile, everybody on our staff right now is like a walking
disaster.
billboard for Tommy John.
Yeah,
Not even
all
that.
20
The
all
Yankees,
29 other teams were fine with his elbow, by the way.
the Yankees physical training staff couldn't fix a paper cut. A paper cut turns into a 3-week IR stint.
Listen, right now, I think I just got Tommy John on this podcast talking about the Yankees.
Oh
Like,
no, I think I've had a brain tumor talking about
our
the Yankees on here.
right, you are absolutely right. I don't, how is it? I'm sorry, we got to go down this rabbit hole right now, but how is it that our training staff is supposed to be, we look into every player and like we're this Cabrera guy, not red flag, oh, bad damaged goods, right? Meanwhile, like you just alluded to, lace up a cleat, clip a fingernail down for a month. You're,
Three,
you're
three
like,
injury from a fingernail injury. Tell me how the Yankee training staff is remotely employed and even considered in professional sports as professionals. They're terrible at their jobs. There has to be stats somewhere. Training staff, and they have to be the bottom of the barrel.
all right, we have to be like negligent. Like that's how bad our training staff is. Like if we were in like a hospital, like they would be sued for a multi-million dollars
Yeah, consider it
because
like the food rating at restaurants. You know, they put the sticker on the outside. Just go
we're,
slap an
we're,
F.
we're big old fat F condemned. That's our training
Get
staff.
food poisoning by looking at that stadium.
Oh, they do make a mean chicken bucket.
A great chicken bucket, garlic fries.
Top notch chicken bucket and a chopped cheese sandwich to
Here's me and
die
Pete. Here's me and Pete be consumers again, customers.
to die for. All right, you're right, but you know what? The bartender over at the terrace every opening day just smiles at me, and Mr. Pete, you're back, bam, two big boys right on the counter.
Yeah, yeah, we'll be there for the nights with our
We
jerseys on.
were the problem.
We are the problem.
We're the
I'm
problem.
not the problem. I'm the solution.
Yeah, yeah, but
Don't go
you're
to
no
games.
fun. You don't go to game. Yeah, all right, fine.
Don't go to games. I don't know
What
why you
are,
keep you want
what
to
are
know
we what
when?
are we gonna do April 2nd then? Watch
Watch.
it from home?
Yes. Give them no money. I don't know
I
what
mean, it's
it's not a hard concept.
Got
So,
$500 in my bank account right now, just chopped up for parking, the bridge, stands,
and that's why the
tickets,
Yankees will always be
chicken
bad because
buckets,
of
beers.
consumers like you and like you, not because of me. Okay? I want to see
a,
the real change.
a brand new Aaron Judge tallboy koozie.
Oh my God. Anyway, before I really lose my mind, I have to take control here. So yes, Cabrera was traded to the Cubs. The Marlins got a top outfield prospect and two other hitting prospects. Um,
Is Cody Bellinger coming home?
no. So I mean, in all honesty, besides all the joking that I always do about the Yankees, I do think Bellinger will be back. And I think that's all the Yankees are going to do. I think he was their only target all all off season, and they're going to be content because I think they'll sign him, and he won't go over their $300 million fake budget. And we maybe we
Gaze.
pull off a trade for Freddie Peralta out of need, but we probably might just limp
Not
into
doubtful.
yeah,
Doubtful.
we'll limp into spring training with the Wawa guy as our number 4 starter and a target greeter at number 5. And we just hope that Aaron Judge hits 65 home runs and carries us to the playoffs again.
But
And then we lose in the
we're
wild card. And then, he's another year older. And then
Garrett Cole and Rodon coming back in June.
is like acquiring a
It's a
pitch.
massive trade.
I'm gonna,
ruining my
I'm getting upset when
Yeah,
I shouldn't
you're
be
ruining my
upset.
happiness here. Can we
Yeah,
move
All
forward?
right, all right, all
we
right.
all need to be
Wipe the
happy.
slate clean. I'm sorry that we had to talk about it,
It's your
but
fault.
it you know what? It is my fault, but we had to document it. Another week where the Yankees have let us down.
In other news,
I've
breaking
said my
news.
piece.
In other news, sky is blue, grass is green, all that stuff. So Nick was actually supposed to be a guest with us tonight.
Where is he?
He ended up having to work late. He had an emergency pretty much at his job. Not getting home till way later. So he pre-recorded a 10-minute Jets rant for us that I will play for everyone listening because we all know that his rants are pretty fantastic. He'll definitely be on the pod in the future.
Oh my
So
God.
we'll play that when we get into the Jets and more football centric talks right now. But we got to get to the forefront here. Black Monday was Monday, January 5th. Coaches got pink slips. And initially on Black Monday, obviously the Raiders fired Pete Carroll. The Giants had already fired Brian Daboll. The Browns let go of Kevin Stefanski. The Cardinals let go of Jonathan Gannon. Atlanta fired Raheem Morris. And then a late addition to Black Tuesday is John Harbaugh was let
Man.
go by the Baltimore Ravens, not by the management, but by ownership.
Oof.
Management was not willing to fire him.
Wow.
So very,
A
very
shot
interesting.
over the bow right there, as
Well,
they say.
it was always confirmed that he didn't answer to management. He only answered to ownership because John Harbaugh is the team. He's the CEO. So that was a big time deal. Now all of a sudden, a Hall of Fame all time coach is available, and he will not start interviewing until next week. There is one team that is completely all in on him, did preliminary work in case he was let go. That is our lovable New York Football Giants, who are the current favorites, front runners for John Harbaugh, right out of the gate per Adam Schefter. The highest odds to sign him at -150 on DraftKings. Polymarket has it as above 60% chance. I think it was all very much, me and Ray talked about it a little bit here before the show started. Kind of just seems like not necessarily set in stone, but like this was the direction that everything was heading. John Harbaugh has only done the homework on one team's quarterback, and that's Jackson Dart. He's only really done homework for the Giants. The Giants have only really done homework on Harbaugh. So like it just kind of seems like
Yes.
they have to get through the interview process. He was originally supposed to fly in and meet the Giants tomorrow on Thursday. That was postponed today, and it was reported that he is going to meet with teams starting next week. So the Giants then, in turn, scheduled all their interviews for this week. We had Kevin Stefanski. He interviewed with the Giants today. Vance Joseph and Raheem Morris is going to interview Thursday and Friday. McCarthy is going to interview on Monday. And the interim, whoever our interim was, I don't know why, he's Kafka. He's going to interview Saturday. So by the time Harbaugh comes in, the Giants will very technically have already satisfied the Rooney Rule, almost as if they did all that on purpose. So it just very much looks like John Harbaugh to the Giants is what's going to happen here. I mean, obviously, it's football. Something can always get wrong. Something can always be screwed up. But when you look at the openings, for John Harbaugh, what's the most attractive one for him right now? It's the Giants. It's because of Jackson Dart, Malik Neighbors, Cam Skattebo, the pass rushers on defense. He would bring in his own guys. The Giants would be willing to do anything to get him in the building. This is our savior. He would be our savior, and we're gonna actually make our predictions for who we think is going to coach where this head coaching carousel. So obviously, my prediction for John Harbaugh is he will be the head coach of the Giants. That's what pretty much everyone is thinking and saying. That's the direction that everything is going. I'll let our other Giants fan, Ray, kind of take over. We'll get Pete's input here, who these guys think will be the Giants coach. And then we'll go right into the Raiders. We'll talk about the Raiders, as I know Pete's very happy to have the number one pick for the Raiders. You can tell by that big old smile down there if you're watching on the U of the Tubes. But yeah, I mean, I think John Harbaugh is coming. The rest of the football world thinks John Harbaugh is coming, or else why would he accept, to be let go? Apparently, he lost the locker room a little bit. Lamar and Derrick Henry and a couple other players no longer wanted to play for him because they had a huge problem with his offensive coordinator. He got fired because he didn't want to give up his offensive coordinator. Just a lot of stuff going on. So what do you think, Ray? What do we got going on? Is John Harbaugh coming? Is it all smoke, or was there a reason that all this John Harbaugh to the Giants smoke happened well before a firing had even occurred?
Yeah, I mean, listen, where there's smoke, there's fire, man. And it's like, yeah, I think you nailed it. There's not much more you can really touch on. It's destiny at this point. Like the before Harbaugh left the Ravens, the Giants was the most, sought after head coaching position because you look at that team and you're a win now team. You add a few pieces here and there, a few key free agency moves, you're a win now team. Like it's not just Colin Cowherd says it's you add a Stefanski or a Harbaugh to your team and you're a double your win total. You're not a double your win total. Like 8 wins isn't enough for a John Harbaugh led team with that kind of talent on it.
No, that's a bad John Harbaugh season.
Yeah. Yeah. A bad John Harbaugh season is 8 wins. So
Colin Coward is
He's a bum. Anyway,
yeah,
continue.
that's
I'm just using a quote that
What a complete piece of shit. I should be on TV and not him.
there's plenty of people. Listen,
Oh my
it's a
God.
segment on WFAN, please.
Our show is
What
so
a
much better.
complete piece of
Yeah. But yeah, I think it makes the most sense. I mean, there's like everything lined up, right? Everything lined up. You don't fire and have a mutual parting of the ways for John Harbaugh because Lamar Jackson's panties are in a bunch, right? The dude has brought you Super Bowl wins. He's been a legacy coach, just like the Steelers, right? When we were talking about Tomlin as it like Harbaugh is also another one of these legacy coaches and a long tenured coach. Fun fact, was the second longest tenured coach in the NFL. So you don't just you don't just hope a guy like that, ends up in your lap. Like there has to be things happening behind the scenes and momentum happening to make it happen. So yeah, I think it's pretty much a lock at this point. I mean, there's no second guessing it. They're just filling the roster out so they can adhere to the Rooney Rule, and I think by this time next week, John Harbaugh is the New York Giants head coach.
You damn right.
I love this. I love the enthusiasm. I love seeing you guys happy. It really is just amazing
Well,
because I feel
he is Jesus to
I,
us.
I just the off season of the NFL is just we're riding waves right now, right? We're just and I have to first and foremost thank the Giants for doing the most giant thing ever and making it possible that the Las Vegas Raiders can go out on week 18, win by a 60-yard field goal, defeat the Kansas City Chiefs, the last game of the year, and still walk away with the first overall pick because the Giants just doing giant things and winning the most meaningless games possible. And just
I don't care.
Yeah,
so
I mean it's meaningless at this point, but like I can tell you five moments in the year that if they had happened differently, the Giants one pick with John Harbaugh coming in, and we're riding a super high right now.
all
Like
right. So
if Justin
with all
Herbert,
right, all
if
right.
Justin
So
Herbert doesn't slip in the very last play of the Chargers game, where Dane Felton can just scoop up an interception and run it back for six, the Giants on the number one pick.
so
Just that one moment in time.
here, right here. So with the Giants being the Giants and playing themselves out of a
Another,
a 1 and 2 pick, how about this scenario, right? The New York Football Giants, we just the most giant thing possible here. You got Zack was raving about him before last week. Kevin Stefanski, get him in the building right now. This is our guy. This is the future. Oh, Stefanski, if they let him slip away, we're fucking idiots. We're fools. All right, you're bringing Stefanski in, right?
All true
He,
statements, by the way. All true.
I'm speaking facts here.
Yeah.
Stefanski, you said they're whining and dining him right now. They're
He
bringing him
he
in for the formalities, right?
he interviewed this morning.
Stefanski wants to be a Giant.
Yes, he does.
The Giants, they are enamored with John Harbaugh, right? They just, oh, fucking John Harbaugh's our guy. So now they're gonna alienate Stefanski. He's gonna go elsewhere.
it was the crane game, right? We got the toy we wanted, and all of a sudden, as the crane came up, oh look, there's a John Harbaugh in there. I don't have one.
So Stefanski,
I
boom,
think he would
gone,
wait. I think
out.
Stefanski would wait to see where Harbaugh went.
Harbaugh, burn that bridge. What if Harbaugh decides, you know what? The water cooler's not as cold as I thought it was in New York.
I
And
would jump off my
he
house.
decides to go elsewhere. And then here it is, the New York Giants. And
Don't say.
Zach has mentioned him
Don't
before.
say.
Big Mike.
Uh,
Big Mike McCarthy is just left rolling in the wind.
I'm honestly, I'm not as mad. Yeah, that's Plan C, but
I'm just saying, how It's not gonna happen.
As long as it's
I'm a
not
full believer.
fucking Antonio Pierce, Vance Joseph.
Oh my God. All right. I didn't even.
Those are
Oh my.
Rooney.
All right. Boom.
Those are Rooney
Oh my
Rule
God. Here it is. The
interviews.
Rooney Rule at its finest.
Yeah, it's the Rooney
The
Rule interviews.
legacy
And
giant pick.
even they know it's just for them to satisfy the guy.
Antonio Pierce comes in his cutlass.
Oh
With,
Lord.
we're gonna bring this defense back. This is how we won the championship when I was here. Coughlin, I got him on my speed dial. Fuck the Raiders. Let's get this Giants. Nah, I really think it's gonna be Harbaugh, but just can we not agree that that's the most giant thing to happen?
Oh, I'm sure that's always a possibility, but like they would really have to fuck up that meeting. Like they would really have to like try to be like, you know what, John, you're actually not that great of a coach. We just
They
need
they
someone help.
they bring in Harbaugh and they bring in Jackson Dart and Cam Scatterbo to sit in on this meeting, and John Harbaugh just looks at him and goes, "Wow, these guys are the biggest Neanderthals I've ever met in my entire life. I can't believe I took a private plane from Baltimore all the way up to Teterboro for this."
No, listen, it's bound to happen because there's a guarantee in life, right? As the Patriots rise back to power, the counterbalance needs to rise with it. This is the
Jack,
John
Jack,
Harbaugh-led Giants.
Jackson Dart has to beat Drake May in the Super Bowl twice. So
The prophecy's been written.
time is a flat circle.
Time is just a construct of man.
Boy.
Wow, we got breaking news here.
Oh boy.
We got breaking news in the basketball world, and we have to break all news that comes across my desk here. There's been a blockbuster trade in basketball. The Atlanta Hawks are trading four-time NBA All-Star Trae Young to the Washington Wizards for CJ McCollum and Corey Kispert. So I don't give a fuck about basketball. Those are two poverty teams, but it's breaking news from Shams. Love me some Shams. Just had to get that in there. Continue.
Shams best in the business.
Best in the business. Just had to get that in there. But yeah, John Harbaugh is going to be a Giant.
Yep, I like it.
Now
I'm 50-50 on it, but
now you're 50-50?
nah, I'm busting your balls, guys. John Harbaugh is going to be a Giant, and the Giants are going to finish, depending on their first round pick. Caleb Downs, you said?
Before the show started, if John Harbaugh would be hired, then Caleb Downs would probably be the pick at number 5. Harbaugh values the safety position, and Caleb Downs is actually the number 1 prospect in all of college football. So, I mean, this is an Ed Reed type safety, and that's the
It
kind of
writes
praise.
itself right there.
It writes itself. That's his new Ed Reed. So we'll see. But
Giants can win the division next year.
Listen, I'm not saying anything yet, but
They could. Right, coach?
Could have won it this year.
Nah.
Nah. No.
Had we not blown 5 fourth quarter leads?
Nah, it wasn't in the cards.
I don't think so. That's all right.
Not-
When the Eagles trade away AJ Brown and get blown out in this playoffs, then we'll be fine. The
Todd
Raiders,
Monken's going to be your OC next year.
I'm fine with it. I don't give a shit who is our OC or DC. John Harbaugh's running the show. I don't care. He becomes the GM. He becomes the coach. He becomes all the coordinators all in one. He is a CEO type, brings stability, brings respectability, no nonsense. Like you're guaranteed. This is the closest thing to a guarantee you're ever going to get as a head coach. One of his worst seasons is an 8-win season. 8 wins would be the most wins the Giants have had in 7 fucking years. So I'm totally okay with all of it. He could hire, if he went on that podium and said, hey, our new offensive coordinator is this guy I met at Walmart and he's just a genius, I would believe him. So And so anyway, enough Giants, John Harbaugh talk. Let's get to the Raiders here. The Raiders have secured the number one overall pick. Thanks to
Raiders.
the Giants. Looks like the Giants and Raiders fans are friends and very, very good friendly things going on here. Um, they have a head coach opening. Pete Carroll was abysmal, one and done. So many horrible reports of nepotism and his son being an absolute idiot. And well, we'll let Pete get into all that. This will be his little section here. But if you want my prediction for who will be the Raiders' new head coach, I think Brady wants a really smart guy in there. I think he wants, obviously Brian Flores is a name that's been thrown around. I don't think that will happen because of his ongoing lawsuit with the NFL. And, Mark Davis isn't the best owner in the sport, but he is a protector of the shield. So he will protect the shield. And that's why I think Brady will bring in a young offensive mind to couple with Fernando Mendoza, the presumed number one pick in this draft. So I think the new head coach is going to be Clint Kubiak. So,
Ooh, I was close with you there. I was close. I'm going Cliff Kingsbury.
okay. I could see Cliff being there. I could see Cliff being there. Already been a head coach. I kind of thought about him too. I could see him kind of, I could see him taking an OC job somewhere, but I think he wants to be a head coach again. But I mean, because Washington, there's a lot of shit going on inside Washington too. That's really not good. But we'll let uh we'll let Pete have his little Raiders moment here.
I mean, everything that's come out about Pete Carroll is nothing that I haven't said already on this podcast, week after week after week, of the nepotism, of just the incompetency. The game passed Pete by, and you know what?
It flew by like
I
a like
think
a
Pete,
locomotive.
I think Pete knew this and was like, I get one more payday. I cash in right now. And you know what? I'm gonna bring my kids with me. I'm gonna get hook them up with some money. And just this was like a retirement job. He's like, ah, fuck it. What, fire me? All right, fine. We'll ride this till the wheels fall off. And from the report coming out that Geno Smith and Ashton Genty would meet privately in secret with the offensive line
Hmm.
to plan out coaching schemes and play schemes is just out of this world absurdity in the NFL, because people were walking on eggshells because they knew that Brennan Carroll, Pete Carroll's son, the offensive line coach, had no clue what he was doing, but they couldn't say anything because old man Pete is running the show and just turning a blind eye to everything is just so crazy. Just absolutely unfathomable. Um, but shout out to our GM John Spytek. He was meeting with Genty and other rookies regularly. And a lot of teams reached out about JPJ, who Pete Carroll had some sort of beef with and refused to play an all pro starting center at all. Um,
So crazy.
so insane.
It really is.
Um, refused to take trade calls for him. At least he saw that. I mean, I guess they didn't want to make things a bigger mess by shit canning old Pete during the season. Um, so here we are, first overall pick, a coaching vacancy, $100 million in cap space, Tom Brady's fingerprints getting ready to be all over this team. I It's a pretty sexy job if you asked me. Um, I don't know. I think Zach, with your thoughts of a young offensive mind, um, I agree with that. I do not think uh, Kingsbury will be the guy after he burned that bridge the last go around because he was in the building putting pen to paper to be the OC for the Raiders. And then at the 11th hour, said, no, I'm going to DC. So I don't think Kingsbury's going to be in the mix at all.
I did not take that into account.
So
Yeah, that's why I didn't. That's why I didn't have Kingsbury in there.
but Davis Webb is a name that I dropped earlier, who's been just skyrocketing up charts to be in the coaching carousel conversation. QB whisperer is the words that are being thrown around with him. He's in the building tonight. I think it's going to wind up being Clint Kubiak, the OC for Seattle. He has everything that he's touched has been pretty good. Kirk Cousins' numbers under Kubiak as OC over when he was in Minnesota are just off the charts. Look what he's done with
Darnold.
Darnold this year. I think with just Fernando baby as a first overall pick, it's a thing of beauty. However, it could be just Arch baby if
That
I don't think that's
is
happening.
total fugazi.
Yeah,
I don't
I
know.
I think Jets fans would love that because then that guarantees them
Mendoza.
They would guarantee them Mendoza.
Yeah, there's not a world where that happens. So just
He'll
delete
come
that.
out next year. He'll probably come out next year.
I don't think he will.
Yeah,
He's
you know what? He may not.
money as a starting quarterback for the Texas Longhorns than he will as a rookie quarterback in the NFL. Why would you come out early?
Are we sure about that? Doesn't the number one overall pick in football make 65 million?
If you're the guaranteed number one overall pick, yeah.
He's
Which
guaranteed the
which he
number.
would which he would be.
Absolutely. If he comes out this year right now, if he says, "Hey, I'm
You mean to tell me that
yes,
he would come out and be number one overall?
absolutely,
Absolutely.
absolute, unquestioned,
Unquestioned.
It took until the last
unquestioned,
game of the season
unquestioned,
for the
right?
doubters. I'm with you, but I'm just saying all the doubters, they will not.
Every NFL circle,
The upside is just ridiculous.
he,
He's
yeah.
ridiculous. He could be once in a generation type quarterback.
Heard that about 3 times already.
Yeah, well,
Look at his pedigree,
this
though.
is a Manning.
He's
This is different.
it's generational build.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he was.
how's
He's.
Marvin Harrison doing?
I think he's
He's
lazy.
not a Manning.
All right.
You're talking about your savior, old Eli.
Yeah,
He is my savior.
that is my God.
Actually, my only savior is
So,
Jesus. But
this guy comes from the same
That man
cloth.
never hurt me.
But yeah, all right. So we'll erase just Arch baby. But yeah, Fernando Mendoza is going to be the first overall pick in this draft. He has put together quite the resume. I know the regular season we talked about playing a lot of cupcake matchups, but you can't deny what he did to Alabama. And I know that's not the Alabama of past years, but he was surgical and look damn good. And he's the Heisman Trophy winner. He's about to take down Oregon and show them why he's better than Dante Moore. Um,
Dante Moore might not. I don't think he's declared yet.
he hasn't.
no, well, he has to play still. So,
Mm.
I mean, Fernando hasn't declared yet.
Fernando hasn't declared either, but
So Cam Ward signed when he was picked 4 year, $48.8 million.
48.8.
Yeah, so right around $50 million with a fifth-year team option. That's absolutely more than any quarterback in college. So
Yeah.
Isn't Arch getting like 8 or 12?
Arch is getting 9.
9.
So it's significantly more money.
Yeah, it's home run money. But
Anyway,
to argue the point, yeah, he in every NFL circle, Arch Manning is the holy grail, and he's the one of one gold standard. If he came out, he would absolutely be first overall pick. But
but
for in this instance, Fernando Mendoza is going to need an offensive minded playmaking caliber coach to help him along. And honestly, we talked about what teams are the sexiest for a head coach to want to hop in on. Uh, I mean, Baltimore, with them getting rid of Harbaugh, I think with them being a field goal kick 5 feet to the left away from being in the playoffs, Lamar Jackson and Derrick Henry, that I feel like that's a top destination. I think I agree with you with the Giants, with the young nucleus they have, but I think the Las Vegas Raiders are right behind there just because you have the first overall pick. You have the opportunity to work alongside Tom Brady and a head coach. They already said that it's going to be their staff. So the head coach is going to come in. They're going to pick their OC, their DC, special teams, everything. It's going to be theirs to mold. And then on top of that, top three $100 million in cap space available to put together a team. And I think the recipe there is build your offensive line through free agency, bring in the top offensive line names that you can possibly that are possibly available, bring them in, pay them, and then you have 10 picks in the draft. Make them worth it. But yeah, I feel like this is Clint Kubiak. However, the caveat, and I doubt this because Brady's fingerprints are going to be all over the coaching decision on this. Call me crazy, but man, would I love me some John Gruden back in that building.
oh, good Lord.
Next.
You're crazy.
How tell me where I'm wrong. The last time when we made the playoffs and we lost against the referee coach Joe Burrow, Cincinnati Bengals, that was a John Gruden team.
It was a John Gruden team.
And shit went sideways when all those emails came out and
Yeah.
they shit canned him because Mark Davis was basically forced by the NFL to because Mark Davis was just going to fine him and they were like no, that's that's not going to happen, Mark. um so yeah, I maybe I'm a glutton for punishment, but I would love me some John Gruden back in that building and bring in a veteran presence like old Derek Carr, perhaps, to mentor a young Fernando Mendoza. I mean, crazier things have happened.
Of course.
Derek Carr has already gone on his podcast, him and David Carr, and they already threw around the name Clint Kubiak, and they looked at Derek and he was like, I'm coming home. I'm
Hmm.
coming home. I'm
Hmm.
coming home. Wilder things have happened, but yeah, no, the Raiders are as a bright spot as we possibly can be right now. 1 week removed from being eliminated from everything from the regular season. So we'll see. By this time next week, we should have a head coach, I would imagine.
Yeah, I would imagine by our next show, our teams will have our new head coaches. So circling back to the Ravens, now that that head coaching opening is available, automatically becomes probably the top one. You know, you have Lamar, you have Derrick Henry. Still a playoff ready team. I think the head coach there will be Jesse Minter. He is the current defensive coordinator for Jim Harbaugh's Chargers. Um, Already comes from the Harbaugh tree. It's the same style of coaching, but I guess a newer, younger mind would fit what the Ravens are still looking for. It'd be familiarity pick. Just seems like too good of a match, in my opinion. Um, so I think Jesse Minter will take the helm there in Baltimore.
Yeah, I mean, I'm going to take the easy pick here. I'm going to go with Stefanski. I think he knows the division well. He knows how to scheme against those guys. He just has had shit teams for forever. So why not be able to, why would you not want to come in and play revenge with Derrick Henry, Lamar? You're an offensive guy. It's going to unlock their potential. Go for it.
Wow, Stefanski in Baltimore.
I have him somewhere else.
That's that's such an obvious like choice
Yeah,
that
it
I
it is
didn't
a little bit.
even like it was so obvious that it's right there that now that I'm hearing it coming out of your mouth, I mean it it sounds it sounds pretty good actually.
Call me petty, but I would love to beat the team that I left and had me in hell for 6 years. I would love to beat them twice a year.
Man, that does sound nice. What about if you're going offensive minded, what about someone like Matt Nagy from KC?
No,
No,
failed. He's failed too much as a head coach.
he,
He's a coordinator. Some guys are just not head coaches.
Matt Nagy, one of them.
Yes, I think
All
he's
right.
great. I think he's great to have in your building as an OC. I think he's because he really does work with quarterbacks well, but he's not a leader of men. He's just a coordinator.
Well then, all right, fine. I'm gonna go with man, Stefanski's good. If not Stefanski, Mike McCarthy.
Okay. We'll stick with the AFC North here. The Cleveland Browns. They have a head coaching vacancy because they decided to let go of Kevin Stefanski because it was his fault that they gave him Shador Sanders and the worst trade in NFL history, Deshaun Watson. Definitely the reason why, he's definitely the reason why they kept losing. So the Browns were very, very smart and they let him go. Woohoo. Um, I think the Browns are looking. I just think there's a trend in the NFL right now. I think you're seeing these older guys, um, these older veteran coaches who are proven winners. They're at the top of everybody's list nowadays. Like what's old is new again. Because I think the trend of the hot shot offensive coordinator or hot shot offensive guru mind has worked less often than the NFL thought it would because it's only worked out like a couple of times. So my pick for the Browns is Mike McCarthy. I think he would bring stability. He would bring championship pedigree. He would bring steadiness. And he's a quarterback guru himself. It helped Aaron Rodgers develop at that time. They won the Super Bowl. He helped Dak develop into an MVP candidate in Dallas. They won 12 straight games, or they won 12 games, 3 straight seasons in a row in Dallas. I think he would be a great hire for the Browns. Depending on, if they want to stick with Shador Sanders or if Deshaun Watson's going to be healthy or if they trade for one or they signed one. We're not really too sure. But I think Mike McCarthy would be a good match for the Browns since John Harbaugh is not going to the Browns. I know there's a lot of Browns fans out there that think he's going to the Browns, but they're delusional. He's not going to go coach Shador Sanders. It's not happening. So, but Mike McCarthy, who can't be a beggar, or beggars can't be choosers. So I think he would take that job.
See, I went completely the opposite way, and I figured that the Browns have a young talent that they need someone to mentor and be jive with and work with, right? Someone that's going to be able to tolerate his nonsense and his bullshit. So this is where I have Clint Kubiak coming because now you have a guy who has proven to be able to work with guys with talent and kind of hone them in. But he's young and he can handle a lot of that shit because he is going to be a first time head coach. Um, and yeah, I think this fits. I think I have Clint Kubiak going to the Browns.
I can see the fit there. My thinking is Cleveland is going to be one of those jobs where it's going to be either someone already in the organization or you're going to bring in somebody that's young and brand new and has never been a head coach before. And let's talk about Miles Garrett, right? The sack king for this year and all time. If you talk to Strahan for a 17 game season, um, who is who is in his ear coaching him? Defensive coordinator Jim Schwartz. I think they hire from within and they make Jim Schwartz because the strongest point on that team is the defense. I think he gets the nod, and I think he's going to be the Browns head coach next year.
Hmm. That's actually a very outside the box hire. I like that. Cardinals. God, they're in hell, aren't they? Kyler Murray is expected to not be back. $50 million cap hit. Either they cut him, eat the money, trade him, however. I think the new head coach there obviously would have complete freedom to help construct the roster. Um, and I think it's going to come from within the division. I have Chris Shula going to the Cardinals here. Great defensive minds. There's some good pieces on the defensive side of the ball for Arizona that he'd be able to coach up. Um, and allow him to stay local or kind of local. I just think he's really young, and the Cardinals would be a good spot for him to really have time to grow into the job. Like you're not expected to win right away. They don't have a quarterback. They'll probably give him time to build this thing because that's the other thing too. If you're a young coordinator wanting to be a head coach, this is the kind of job that will give you a long leash. And I think Chris Shula fits with the Cardinals for those reasons. So I got him staying in the division, going to Arizona.
I also have for those exact same reasons. So well said.
I think, I mean, this team, you're going to have a new quarterback in there probably. Um,
Dante Moore incoming.
your boy, Marvin
Animal.
Harrison Jr.,
Bust.
unlocked potential.
Michael Wilson's better than him.
Unlocked potential. I think this is going to be an offensive minded guy, fresh new coach. I'm thinking the offensive coordinator from the Los Angeles Rams, Mike LaFleur.
Very interesting.
I mean, he's that offense with Devontae Adams, Puka Nacua, Stafford. It's pretty electric, and I think he's going to get some sniffs around the block. He's somebody that
Well,
even
they're either
I,
going to draft Dante Moore or Jeremiah Love. So
boom, build the offense.
Bing, bing, bing.
So I feel like that could be a fit.
All right. And the final opening is Atlanta. Arthur Blank Was not satisfied going 8-9. Fired everybody. Fired the head coach. Raheem Morris is out. The GM is out. They're also looking for a GM. So I think Atlanta needs they don't need a wild card right now, right? They have Bijan Robinson in place. They have Drake London in place. Kyle Pitts will be a free agent. We don't know where he's going to go, but you have great offensive pieces. They got really good defensive pieces. They need the right coach to kind of pull it all together. There's a lot of young talent, young kids on this team. That's why I think a veteran head coach works best here. And Atlanta is looking for a veteran coach. I think they whiff on John Harbaugh, who's at the top of their list too, and they take the next best thing, and that's Kevin Stefanski. I think he goes to Atlanta. The quarterback situation there is a little murky as well. Kirk Cousins is still under contract. Maybe Stefanski is okay with that because we don't know when Michael Penix Jr. will be healthy. We don't know if they decide to draft a quarterback or sign someone else. But I think with all that nucleus of young talent, because Stefanski wants the Giants job, but I don't think, if in a perfect world, if John Harbaugh doesn't go to the Giants, Stefanski probably takes the Giants job, and maybe Harbaugh's in Atlanta. So either way, Atlanta's going to have Harbaugh or Stefanski, and the Giants will have either Harbaugh or Stefanski. So in my scenario, it's Stefanski goes to Atlanta.
See, in mine, I also agree with everything you just said, but like I said, I think Stefanski takes Baltimore, Harbaugh goes to New York, and that leaves Mr. Mike McCarthy going to the Atlanta Falcons because look at what he did with Dak, right? He has a proven product. He was able to turn Dak into a polished quarterback. I mean, I got no hate on Dak. I think Dak is a phenomenal quarterback.
Oh no, Dak's great.
But you got unproven talent in Penix, and I personally think Penix is a bust.
I do too.
But maybe with the right coach and that kind of mindset, you could unlock him and see what he's really got to do. And I think the one guy out there that could do that. Plus, look at the Bijan combo. What did when Mike McCarthy was doing his best? What did he have? Prime Zeke. So just kind of adds up. I think Mike McCarthy sees a nice welcome, cozy fit that feels familiar to him in Atlanta and ends up there.
Mm.
So here we go. Here we go. In Atlanta, the prime position for Mr. Cliff Kingsbury. Offensive minded, has the weapons around there. You see what happens when Penix comes back. He probably can wring out a little bit out of what's left of Cousins. If not, they go elsewhere. Maybe they draft a quarterback. Who knows? But I think Kingsbury with that offense, Drake London, Bijan, Algier. I think that's a recipe where he could cook there. And then also there's one more team that needs a head coach that we didn't touch on, and the Titans need a head coach as well.
Oh, the Titans. F me.
So
That changes things.
So I'm saying Big Mike is going to be the next Tennessee Titans head coach because for all those same reasons that Ray just said about having a quarterback to mold,
I'll put Cliff there. I'll put Cliff in Kingsbury.
Cam Ward is a young piece of clay that I feel like Mike McCarthy can do something with. Not that, listen, I've gone on record as a firsthand experience of watching Mr. Cam Ward do
That
Cam
guy
Ward things.
stinks.
That guy is a bum.
First
However, our last guest co-host was pretty high on him. So we got to shout out to our last guest on here, Mr. Guinan.
Mr. Sean Guinan down in South Carolina.
South Kakalaki
was
doing all sorts of dances.
Phenomenal guest last week.
Phenomenal. Awesome episode. But I mean,
Cam
shout
Ward
out to his Pittsburgh Steelers for
I would like to personally thank his Pittsburgh Steelers for delivering me John Harbaugh.
sprinkling. This was divine intervention. They sprinkled holy water on the field before the game,
God is good.
and that is only short of a divine miracle. That
The butterfly effect is real.
The butterfly effect is real.
my goodness. So
Uh,
yeah, shout out to him.
my official prediction for the Tennessee Titans head coach is going to be Mr. Jason Garrett.
Oh my God, I want that to happen
Oh
so bad. So
God,
bad.
Jason
I would love
Garrett.
that. Just to watch Cam Ward just lose his mind every week in the most basic offense known to man. Terrible. Anyway,
Jason
I'll put
Garrett.
Cliff in Tennessee since I already have Mike McCarthy with the Browns. I think Cliff would be really, really good for Cam Ward. Has been a head coach, has experience with helping develop young quarterbacks. Was just with
Tennessee sucks though,
Oh,
man.
it's terrible, but he just spent 2 years helping Jaden Daniels out. So I think that would be a good fit if he went to Tennessee with Cam Ward. So
Purgatory.
purgatory, purgatory. Now there are a couple of teams that have head coaches in place. The Buccaneers announced that Bulls will be coming back.
How does
Um,
that guy? How does
I,
that guy
I
just
don't know.
like
No.
a cockroach?
Listen, there's one cockroach in the NFL, and his name is fucking Zach Taylor.
Yeah, Zach Taylor also coming back.
Him and Burrow have to be like Fortnite boys or something. They
Yeah, they got
like
to be friends.
that's the only way. Right? Why do you look dead inside right now?
Because Lisa has a tape measure out.
Oh, that's never good.
Oh my God. I knew that had to be a Lisa related face. Shout out to Lisa.
Um, yeah, I mean, I don't, I like, in what world did the Bengals owner go, yeah, it's been good the last couple years.
Because the
Run it
Bengals
back.
are atrocious.
Joe
I mean,
Burrow is on suicide watch right
Joe
now.
Burrow is
I
going to
literally
be.
think
That last come on.
he's locked in a padded room somewhere. Just,
You guys want to hear something wild? You ready for this
Of
one?
course.
here it is,
You want to know
my
what my tinfoil
annual
hat?
hurt Ray with your comments conversation.
You
Let's
want
hear it.
you want to know what my tinfoil hat theory is?
All right, let's hear it.
So when the Rams win the Super Bowl and
Oh my
and
God.
and Stafford wins MVP
And retires.
and rides off into the sunset,
Oh my God.
and the Rams trade their
Ah,
picks,
how many picks does it take to get Burrow?
it doesn't matter. As many as
I'm
it
okay with
takes.
Joe
that.
Joe
I'm okay
Burrow.
with that.
Oh my God, in the City of Angels with Puka Nakua,
Mm-hmm.
Devontae Adams, an
Mm-hmm.
offensive line,
Yep.
Kyron
And
Williams,
Sean McVay.
Sean McVay, and you know what? If he sticks around Mike LaFleur, oh, good
Just wanted to throw my
Jesus.
little tinfoil hat that I've been kind
Cue,
Oh,
of
cue the
feeling.
Tupac and the West Coast music.
oh my God.
I don't think he gets traded to the Jets, unfortunately. Sorry, Jets fans. I think if he does get traded, it might be the Rams. It would be the best fit for him
From your
because Matt
5
Stafford,
years.
I mean, clearly Stafford has another few good years left in him. I mean, he's going to win MVP.
Nah, he's not gonna win MVP.
Yes, he is. He's going to win MVP.
Drake May.
No, he's
Stop
not.
it.
Drake
Drake
May's not good.
May.
Drake May was barely better than Jared Goff this year in terms of numbers and statistics.
Listen, you guys will be lucky that fucking Josh Allen doesn't walk away with a
Oh
back-to-back
my! Oh, stop!
MVP.
Stop! Just all right. Just stop. Anyway, Matt Stafford's probably gonna win MVP if he gets Super Bowl MVP. I mean, what more do you got to do? I
Oh, you
mean,
got to ride year off into
Do you ride off into the sunset and just that's it, or
we
do you try to play a couple more
we
years? But
barely ranked him this year because we thought his back was going to snap in half.
What a fugazi that was, by the way.
bro, he had stem cells. He's fine.
But you know what? I Brady was in on him, and Brady was in on Ben Johnson, and you know what? Tom Brady should have pulled out his Darth Vader voodoo and got them both in the building, but it wasn't to be. And I read that there's a chance that Tom Brady might not be back with Fox next year.
Well, that wouldn't really surprise me at all. Look, it would just it's weird. You're a part owner of the NFL. You can't be a broadcaster. I'm sorry. Like it's in my opinion, it's too weird.
It is. It's very weird.
It's very weird because
It's a big conflict of
it's a
interest.
major conflict of interest because you're literally getting all this information about
My
other
man
teams.
is in every meeting,
Yeah.
just absorbing it all, and then like we should. Pete Carroll. He's If I see that old man ever, I'll break his hip.
So a couple of teams, the Dolphins are keeping McDaniel. There were a couple of teams that have head coaches in place that reached out to Harbaugh to see if he would be interested.
Dolphins were one of them.
Dolphins were one of them.
I think the Jets are one of them too.
I would bet money the Jets were one of them too, but I don't think anyone thinks that he's going to the Jets. But they already committed to.
This is why we need Dano.
Well, the Jets committed to Aaron Glenn because they wanted to keep stability and continuity and
Yeah, stability. They wanted him to run that meme down the sideline one more time.
Well, we were supposed, like I said earlier, we were supposed to have a guest. Me and Dan's brother Nicholas, who's been on the show plenty of times, hasn't been on the show in a while. He requested to be on to just yell and scream about the Jets. So he did send a pre-recorded little rant response, about 10 minutes, or I think it is 10 minutes. So we're gonna play that here. We're gonna react to it. This way he gets his little time in here. So do you fellas ready?
I'm here for this. If we have to do like a pause during it so we can chime in, but
Yeah, I could pause it at any time.
yeah, all right.
So,
We'll do a start stop on this. So
okay.
yes.
All right. So let's get this rolling here. A reminder: this is Nick and his Jets take from the 2025 season.
Everybody, all is well. Love y'all. Thanks for hearing me out. But even though I couldn't make it to the pod tonight, I just wanted to at least give some kind of message from an angry Jets fan. That I simply just I can't take it anymore. This is the first year in my 27 years of being on this planet that I didn't go to a Jets game. That this is the first year I didn't sit down and watch a Jets game every single Sunday. I watched week 1 and I watched week 2 and just completely gave up. And I could care less to watch another snap. The fact that anyone on this planet even remotely believes that Aaron Glenn should be retained as the head coach for next year is actually just fucking stupid. This guy is supposed to be a defensive-minded coach. He played cornerback for the New York Jets. He himself had 9 pick sixes and 47 interceptions in his career as a New York Jet. And the Jets just set an unbreakable record for 0 interceptions for the entire season, since interceptions were recorded as a stat. There isn't one bone in my body that doesn't or that wants this man to stay. I can't tolerate anything. If anyone thinks otherwise, you're simply just a crayon eater. Aaron Glenn was the downfall of the Jets this year. And more importantly, Woody Johnson is the reason why the Jets are a laughingstock of the league every single year, the butt end of the joke. The fact that Aaron Glenn hasn't been fired yet for the abysmal performance that was put on for this season is actually, it's just organizational malpractice. And there's nothing good that will ever come to this franchise until Woody Johnson sells the team, which he never will, or just croaks. And at this point, I hope the man fucking dies. Because there isn't one point. There
Pause.
wasn't one point.
Pause. All right.
Your
Good.
favorite.
A lot to unpack.
A lot to unpack there in just 2.5 minutes.
But all right. One, I just want to go on the record. I talked about this. The bet, if you would have rolled this into a money bet that the Jets wouldn't have an interception the entire year, you'd be sitting on a fat stack of $5 million.
Gabillionaire.
$5 million on a bet that you wouldn't fathom is even remotely possible.
You the CMC anytime touchdown bet.
Yeah, this was it. The generational season bet. Man, do I feel like Nick's pain?
You can feel it in your bones.
In my bones. The fact that he said he hopes his owner dies.
That's the next level.
We do not condone violence on this. Yes, we do. But
yes, we do. You just said you'd break Pete Carroll's hip. What are you talking about?
I would break that old man's hip. But all right, that's
the organizational malpractice was my
phenomenal. All right.
You guys could hear it well, right? It's not
Oh
like,
yeah. Oh,
okay.
It's clear as day.
All right, beautiful. Now we'll continue.
Continue.
He got excited to watch a football game. And I've been loving this team. I've been a diehard fan, and every single year I get disappointed. I'm 27 years old, and I haven't seen the Jets in the playoffs since I started going through puberty and my balls fucking dropped. I was in 7th grade the last time the Jets made the playoffs. And more than half of my life rooting for this franchise, I haven't even been able to witness competitive football. Honestly, at this point, fuck going to the Super Bowl. I just want to see them win games. I just want to see them be in games. I just want to see it be entertaining, competitive. Like the Jets in the division this year went 0-6, and against each one of those opponents in the division, they had a point differential of negative 20 against those fucking teams. It's the first time that's happened since the division merger or whatever the fuck you want to call it. They're like, especially all these coaching candidates that are available to be hired. I mean, it's never going to happen, but Lord knows I'd want John Harbaugh. I'd want Kevin Stefanski. I'd want anybody. I'd fucking take Mike McCarthy. I don't care. How do you have Garrett Wilson, who's a stud receiver, number 1 receiver, have 365 receiving yards and lead the team in receiving yards, and he hasn't caught a fucking ball since week 6?
the pain in this man's voice.
In my lifetime, the best quarterback I've ever seen play for this team is a perennial fucking journeyman in Ryan Fitzpatrick.
Shout out.
I'm 27 years old. Aaron Rodgers was the best passer of the football that I've seen on this team that I can even remember. And he's fucking old and decrepit. Like, as good as the Jets' offensive line is, as good as the running back is, as good as Garrett Wilson is, and the talent that they had on the defense at the beginning of the year, how are you that bad? And you're going to fucking tell me that I got to be happy and Woody Johnson is raising the fucking ticket prices next year? And you expect me to spend any of my hard-earned fucking money to go to any of those games? Fuck that. I'm not giving that organization a dime until they make the playoffs again. And that may not be for another fucking 20 years at this rate. Because Lord knows I don't trust him to have the coaching staff in general, the assistants, the people to groom a quarterback and to be anything even relevant. I mean, Sam Darnold, prime example. Guy goes to there's 2 other teams. He's flourishing. The last 2 seasons, he's won fucking at least 12 games each. I think it's 14. I don't even know. I barely watched football this year at all because the Jets ruined the fucking game for me.
It shows in your fantasy.
I can't tolerate it. I'm done. I can't sit and watch football every single Sunday and get excited anymore when all I know every single week is it's going to be disappointment. Like I've come to the realization, no, I'm not a masochist. I don't want to endure pain anymore. I can't do it. I don't know how much more I got to go through to see any resemblance of joy, of fucking a team competing, anything. I can't fucking do it anymore. I can't. Like I can't. I couldn't make the pod because I had a 15-hour fucking work day today. And you think on a weekend I'm gonna want to go? You know what? I'm gonna go see the New York Jets play. Fuck that. Fuck you. I'm done. I can't fucking do it anymore. And honestly, the only thing that it takes to get me back in is just make the fucking playoffs. I don't even care if you win. Just make a fucking playoff game. Let me see my team just be any resemblance of competitive. I can't. It's fucking unbelievable. And the fact that I know I'm going to witness Aaron Glenn on this fucking roster next year, probably ruin another fucking quarterback, do something stupid. But at this point, I mean, I don't even know how any of these players want to be on the fucking team anymore. I don't even know how Garrett Wilson wants to. The only reason why I know Breece Hall's going to be on the team is because even if he wants out, they can fucking franchise tag him. I'm the only thing that kept me even watching some football this year was fucking betting on it. A game that I used to love and I have so much passion for, and that kept me involved every week, something to look forward to on Sunday. I'd rather fucking turn it off and go work. I'd rather fucking work than sit at home and watch football. I'll continue to fucking beat a dead horse, but and repeat the same things over and over again and sound like a broken record. But I just can't take it. This has been the worst season I've ever witnessed, and witnessing from the sidelines, not even watching, because I knew what was coming. I never thought in my life I'd say I'd rather have a fucking cockeyed fucking but like coke-eyed fuckhead. I don't even remember his name. Fucking bald dude from 5 years ago who had Le'Veon Bell on the roster. Shot. My brain's cooked. I can't think right now. I'm so frustrated. I can't. Adam Gase. There it goes. My brain works. Adam Gase. Adam fucking Gase. I'd rather have coaching this team right now than fucking Aaron Glenn. He is the epitome of fucking Duke wipe. There is nothing good that comes from him being on the team next year, and we already know Woody Johnson's not firing him, and they believe in this guy. How do you believe in him after that kind of performance? What defensive scheme makes me think that, this guy's actually good? Aaron Glenn, it's like, dude, it's not the players, it's not the talent. You could fucking have an interception by fucking sneezing the right way. It's just honestly, next year's a wasted year. Wherever they draft, whatever quarterback it is, they're not going to be able to develop him. They're not going to be able to fucking do shit. And then he'll go on to some other team and be great. Just like we've seen over and over again. Geno Smith ended up turning out to be pretty well. It took him longer than expected in Seattle. Now he sucks. But Sam Darnold, prime example. The Jets are just pure ineptitude. They are the epitome of just disgust. And honestly, at this point, fucking keep laughing at him and keep fucking disrespecting him.
So it did cut off, but he did have a final comment. As a Jets fan, there is no more hopium left to smoke.
Opium.
All right. All right.
So
All
that
right.
was
This is even better than I could have imagined. And
that might have been one of the biggest
so,
rants in this show's
so
history.
perfect segue quickly. In a couple weeks, whenever we will be having the first annual award show for Dog Talk Sports, and I am
We
announcing right now
lock that in.
the
That's a
first category that's being announced for the doggies is going to be the rant of the year, and I'm pretty sure it's a landslide victory.
I mean, there's been some good ones on
There's
this
been
show.
some serious rants in this show's history.
All right, so we talk about Burrow being in a bad headspace. All right, we need to send Nick an edible arrangement and get him a hug because I
I just think he needs an edible. Like he needs an inflammation. He needs something.
that
He needs an emotional support team. Like, doesn't he
oh,
realize we all have emotional support
yeah,
teams?
all right, let's maybe the Rams can be his emotional support team
Mine is, well, you know what? He has a Cooper Cup jersey, and he won the fantasy championship with Cooper Cup. So I think
as
the
a
Rams
Ram.
as a Ram.
As a Ram.
So I think he might. I know he likes the Rams. My emotional support team is the Bears, but I mean that rant. I mean that's up there with
Oh,
my Nets rant.
oh my God.
It's up there. It's
That
probably
was,
better. I mean, that
well,
was the
I
most
mean,
profanity laced rant. You could hear
he
the true
squealed.
pain.
He squealed.
You could hear the pain in that man's voice.
That is audible pain you're
Yeah,
hearing.
it was audible pain.
Visceral.
Yeah, it was visceral. And
Oh my God, we need to get him. We need a follow up.
I'm about to call a helpline for him. Someone go find that man right now.
Someone give that man a hug.
It's like the
I'm not
skinny
laughing.
Griffin. It's
I
like
don't
skinny
mean
Griffin
to
when he rolls
laugh.
over.
I'm
Like,
not
Steve,
laughing at him, but I just
we're
because I
laughing. We're
understand.
laughing with him.
I understand the frustration. I wear the shield on my fucking forehead because I'm a masochist, and when it's always darkest just before the dawn. What? Ray, help me out.
I mean,
Indoor,
listen,
indoor.
I have nothing because like you've heard my rants about the Rangers and the pain they bring to my life, but at least I've seen it. They were in a cup. We were a game away, and the Queen
Listen,
gave it away.
I think I can relate the closest to him
100%. I
because
cannot relate to that level of pain.
I haven't seen. I've seen.
I watched the Bengals lose in a Super Bowl. Like I have
Yeah,
nothing.
your emotional support team made the Super Bowl. I haven't seen a playoff win since 2002. I was a freshman in high school. I've seen since then two playoff appearances in what is that, 20 going on 24 years.
Mhm.
Yikes.
Yeah. I Nick, if you ever need to talk to somebody, and this is my call to action right now. If you ever need to just vent and pick up the phone, you got my number, brother. I got you. I understand. And trust me, those Sundays when it it hurts to turn on the television. Listen, I pay YouTube for Sunday Ticket to watch my team because they're out of market. I go out of my way and I spend, well, I mean, thank you to all you college athletes that I scheme your identities from, but because I won't pay full price. I'll
Well,
pay
no,
the
because that's ridiculous.
I'll pay the college price,
There you go.
but I go out of my way to pay the $150 for the year for
Don't
Sunday
forget that we usually chase your team around the country and
for a Sunday Ticket. And yes, we
we
have
happen to have
seen.
golf trips and stadium visits aligned with the Raiders.
So yes, I understand the pain, and I tell myself every Sunday that I sit down and watch football that I will not let this team right here on my beanie cap ruin my Sunday. And I fail a lot. Um, it will get better. You just gotta, I
Indoor.
endure, 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 brother. But I agree, your head coach is a big problem.
I mean,
I
he's probably just going to get fired next year. So it's just like
why are they retaining him? Like,
they're retaining him on.
dude, his thing with the fumble and the beginning of the year, and they cut the guy. You don't fumble on my team. Well, guess what? You know what you don't do? You don't intercept the ball and you don't win. That's what it's what you don't do as well. I think him as a head coach came in with a chip on his shoulder. Just coming from I came from the Detroit Lions in my defense. We almost got there. Well, as a legacy pick, yeah, you were a former Jet. I mean, I thought the writing was on the walls after the Aaron Rodgers thing came out, that they flew Aaron Rodgers across the country to sit him down for 10 minutes for Aaron Glenn to go, yeah, we don't see you a part of the team. Like, just an ego stroke move. Like, I didn't think he was. This was the nail in the coffin for me going down the sidelines to lose that game in spectacular fashion. Man, I wish Dan was on here because I love to hear what Dan has to say about it. I mean, we know
We just heard
Dan's
it. We just heard
we know Dan's feelings. But
it. Dan created that monster.
gosh, oh golly, Nicky gets better.
Nick, Dan directly created.
Yeah,
I mean, that's
that is a descendant of Dan.
A disciple.
Dano needs to hear that rant and put his head down, just hang his head in shame. But that's my fault.
well, Dan thinks keeping Aaron Glenn is the right thing to do because it shows stability, and his other reasoning was who's going to want to coach here? Like no one's going to want to coach here, so you might as well have this guy maybe turn it around. Listen, that's his opinion, but I disagree.
Hey,
What
yeehaw,
happens
yeehaw, howdy boy, down in HEB land. Oh man, Dan, we need you on the podcast.
What happens first? The Rags win a Stanley Cup or the Jets go to the playoffs?
What if neither happened?
How about neither? I don't think either.
How about that?
It's a no touchdown. It's a no touchdown bet.
Oh my God, good Lord Almighty!
The,
Hell of a
all right.
rant.
Hell of a rant. Hell of a rant.
Thank
I'm gonna have to
thank
put
you,
not
Nick.
safe. I'm gonna have to put not safe for work warning.
Yeah,
On-
oh
on-
yeah. You need
on
to
this-
Oh yeah.
put some warnings on this one.
Oh my God, yeah.
Yes.
There was.
Rizzo's gonna be somewhere crying about all the cussing on this one.
Oh yeah.
Oh wait, all right. So thank you. Speaking of, so before as we segue into our playoff predictions, we have a request from a frequent listener
Oh,
Okay.
yep,
down in South Jersey.
specific
Mi-
for you, Zachary.
Michael Rizzo has he's got some
He's got a bone to pick.
got a bone to pick with you, Zach,
Okay.
because
I love it. Bring it.
as you are the Eagle hater that you are.
Well, I'm a Giants fan. I'm supposed to be.
We get that. We get that. But Mr. Michael Rizzo down in Forked River does not agree with your criticisms of one Jalen Hurts.
Well, of course he doesn't. He's an Eagles fan.
And he wanted to know, and I quote, hang on as I scroll through real quick.
It's about elite Tanner McKee.
Oh, yeah. He can't wait for Zach's excuses for Tanner McKee not looking elite.
Because all the backups were in. Sirianni sat everybody.
I like Zach
he not
to
know
address
that,
on the
or-
pod how McKee looks exactly like Hurts does. It's Patullo.
Yeah, there was a long rant about Patullo, and me and Pete just ignore it because we've heard it all year long. About Pete is going to the playoffs, complaining to us about how bad it is on Sundays.
So our
Listen,
Mr. Rizzo is a firm believer that Kevin Patullo is.
Yeah, good. So is 99% of the world. We all know Kevin Patullo sucks.
yeah, listen, I also want to make it very
Amazing.
clear. I have stated that I don't think Kevin Patullo is a good offensive coordinator. That's been said multiple times here.
I wish I would have got the
But
message
but
on
Jalen Hurts,
house. I would have ran
but
down.
the offensive coordinator has nothing to do with Jalen Hurts not having a single completion in the second half of a game twice this year. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it because he was 0 for 6 for 0 passing yards against the Buffalo Bills in the second half. Is that the offensive coordinator? That's all his fault. That's
Elite,
all his fault no matter what, right?
elite talent.
Listen, you could obviously win a Super Bowl with Jalen Hurts because they just did. But Jalen Hurts did not have a good year this year. His career high in passing touchdowns, he tied this year with 23. Okay? He did not have a great year this year. And sure, you could absolutely blame Kevin Patullo. Kevin Patullo is not a good offensive coordinator. I completely understand that. But when your quarterback is a Super Bowl MVP and when he doesn't play well and you blame the offensive coordinator, maybe that quarterback is an elite. Just saying. He's the first quarterback since 1984 to have 2 second halves without a single passing yard, a single completion, and they won the game. Like maybe he's just carried. Like maybe he has a Maserati behind him to hand the ball off to. Like maybe he has 2 Ferraris to throw the ball to and Devontae Smith and AJ Brown, who's going to get traded this offseason. Like I'm not, Jalen Hurts isn't this complete and total bum. And to answer Rizzo's question, the reason why Tanner McKee looked like shit on Sunday is because Sirianni pulled everybody and he decided to not play for the number 2 seed because he's an idiot. He's always been a horrible coach. He's always been carried by elite coordinators like Shane Steichen and Kellen Moore. You can tell me if I'm wrong or not because those guys are off. They're both head coaches right now. So, whenever Jalen Hurts struggles, it's always, it's the offensive coordinator. It's never his fault. It's never this. It's never that. It's like, I don't get it. Like, this is not a good passing quarterback. He was never a good passing quarterback. He still isn't a good passing quarterback. He's a dual threat quarterback who is a great runner. He has 8 to 9 rushing touchdowns every season. 7 of those are from getting shoved. I just don't think he's this elite quarterback like Josh Allen or Joe Burrow or any of these guys, and he shouldn't. It's just he shouldn't be in it because those guys don't have second halves where they don't have a passing yard. Sorry. Brady Cook on Sunday had passing yards in the second half. Like listen, I understand where Rizzo's coming from.
How about our man Riley Leonard?
Riley Leonard. And I understand where Rizzo's coming from. I love Rizzo to death. He's probably right. Kevin Patullo is bad. He'll probably be fired. And this will be Sirianni's like 4th offensive coordinator in his time being there. And listen, it is what it is, right? It is what it is. They have a home playoff game. The Eagles in the Sirianni Hurts era, they have not lost at home in the playoffs. They have never won a road playoff game.
Yeah, cry me a river with your
cry me a river. We're over here in Giants land, hoping that John Harbaugh saves us. So,
Mr. Rizzo, that was a
shout out to Rizzo. Shout out to Rizzo for being a constant listener,
loyal listener. Rizzo, we'll wait to hear back your thoughts in the OG chat. Definitely a lot to unpack with what Zach said. Backed it up. Zach, how does Mr. Gold feel about Jalen Hurts getting another Birdman's?
Well, Jason, Mr. Gold is on record saying that Hurts isn't an elite quarterback. And he said that after Hurts had like 5 turnovers on that Monday Night Football game. But Eagles fans don't care if he's a lead or not because they won him a Super Bowl. And you could win, obviously, with him. So, it is what it is. I don't think he should be getting paid $275 million. So, I mean, I'm pulling up his stats right now. He was 16th in the league in total passing yards. He was ninth in the league for passing touchdowns at 25, career high, by the way. He had 6 interceptions this year. His QBR was 20th in the league, 64% completion percentage. I mean, he didn't really have that's not a great year for a Super Bowl MVP caliber elite quarterback. Am I right? Or am I wrong? I don't know. What do I know?
You ain't wrong.
I don't think I'm wrong either. His passer rating was 98.5, which would be his lowest passer rating in the last 3 years. So, no, he didn't have a good year this year. Cry me a river. So, with that being said, we'll get our picks in for Super Wild Card weekend here, and then we're gonna wrap it up because I'm sweaty. I'm tired. I need to shower. I stink. It's just awful in this room. So, first up on the slate, Rams Panthers in Carolina. Carolina extended their streak of losing seasons by eight straight seasons with a losing season, but they're hosting a playoff game. They won the division by default. Gotta love it. I think the Rams just redeemed their mistake from earlier in the year when they played them. I think they steamroll them, take care of business, move on.
I concur. Rams all day.
Does lightning strike twice?
No,
Yeah, you're right. It definitely doesn't strike twice. This is my blowout of the week.
yeah, I think it'll be a blowout. I don't
Yeah,
even think it's going to be close.
I'm I'm predicting this is
30,
gonna be like
38 to 10.
this is gonna be like a 3-4 tutty game from Stafford. Puka Nacua is gonna have 200 yards receiving. Is Devontae
At
back?
Devontae is back.
Chalk a tutty up for him. Yeah. Puka Nacua, 13 catches, 208 yards, and a touchdown.
Next, Packers Bears, NFC North battle in Soldier Field. I'm going to take the Bears in this one. Ben Johnson, Caleb riding really high right now. No Micah Parsons, no Tucker Craft for the Packers. Jordan Love is coming back from his concussion. Just think he's going to get. I just think the Packers are going to get overwhelmed. I think the Bears just have too much right now, and I see the Bears moving on.
Yep, I agree. This is my blowout of the week, actually. I have the Bears winning over the Packers. The Packers are just decimated on all sides of the ball. Jordan Love coming back at the worst possible time. He's gonna be seeing stars and ghosts out there, and he's gonna look like shit. You might even get a Malik Willis sighting in the second half because Jordan Love is gonna be abysmal. So chalk it up. I hate to see it because I'm not a Bears fan, but Bears move on.
So this game right here, it's pretty even on the betting lines. The Packers are slight dogs on this one, and I think I'm gonna have to do it. I'm gonna have to pull the trigger on this. This is my upset of the week.
Wow. Oh.
I am going with Jordan Love and Matt LaFleur. I think it's going to come down to Caleb Williams is going to make a mistake in a crucial point of the game. And I think all year we've said that Ben Johnson has just ship-shaped this team and is wringing out the most he can out of Caleb Williams, leveling him up. But I think when the lights are the brightest, this is a new spot for Caleb. I'm not 100% sold on him. I think what Ben Johnson has done for this team, and Caleb has had a phenomenal year. I'm not discrediting him by any means. I think it's going to be like a lapse in judgment, and Caleb's gonna try to make his athleticism stretch it, extend the play, and I think it's gonna be something wonky, but I think Green Bay takes this game in Soldier Field. But Chicago playoff football, I can't wait to see that stadium. It's going to be electric
Oh yeah.
in
That's why I think
Chicago.
the Bears win. I think the
I
Bears win.
I think it's going to be electric. It's going to be one of those dog fights though, and I think this is going to be the Josh Jacobs game. I think the key to the game is getting Josh Jacobs involved early, often. Um, but I think it's going to be a Caleb mistake and Packers pull it out.
All right. Next up on the slate is Bills Jaguars in Jacksonville. This is my upset of the week. I think the Jacksonville Jaguars are going to win. Um, Josh Allen, Sean McDermott as a tandem are 0-8 on the road in the playoffs. They have never won a road playoff game. And I know Jacksonville isn't exactly a home field advantage, and it's nice and warm. I just really love Liam Cohen. I think Sean McDermott is a terrible coach, and I think Liam Cohen is going to really scheme well because I don't think Jacksonville's defense is quite there yet. I think this is going to be a shootout, but Jacksonville has better pieces in place to win a shootout, and I think they shock people, and I think Josh Allen goes home with his wife early this playoffs.
I completely agree. I have it as my upset of the week as well. Jacksonville wins.
This is my matchup of the week, and this is Josh Allen's opportunity. There's no there's no Lamar, there's no Mahomes,
No Burrow.
no Burrow,
He just has to get rid of T Law,
Trevor Lawrence.
who has won on the road, by the way, in the playoffs.
Yeah, and who did he beat? The other biggest choke artist, Herbert. So, with that being said, let's go Buffalo. Buffalo Bills gonna take this one, and this is the first win in the Josh Allen redemption arc to the Super Bowl.
Oh, boy. Next is my game of the week. That's 49ers Eagles. They meet once again in the playoffs for the third time in the last 4 or 5 years, I believe. The Eagles have not lost a home playoff game in the Sirianni, Hurts, A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith era. I don't think they lose this one. They do get Lane Johnson back. I think the defense, which is elite, really steps up in a big way. If the offense is just average, they should win this game. I do have the Eagles beating the 49ers. Yeah.
Yeah, this is unfortunately my matchup of the week, but this is two tired teams. I mean, the 49ers just had a absolutely putrid loss in week 18, and they showed no life, no emotion. I mean, Kittle was the only one out there that came out there and was just like, yeah, listen, we're embarrassed. We just lost and now we got to go on the road. But he kind of was like, well, we're still in the playoffs, so no big deal. Like, no, it was a big deal. You got devastated in week 18. I mean, the Eagles lost, but they were playing, Walmart greeters most of the game anyway. So I just think that they'll be the fresher team. They'll be ready to go, and then they'll get bounced next round. But the Eagles are going to win this round.
This is my bonus matchup of the week and upset of the week because I am going with the 49ers and George Kittle. This is going to be the CMC game.
All right. Next is Chargers Patriots in New England. I'm going to take the Patriots. I think the Chargers just don't have enough right now. I think they're too hurt on the offensive line. I think the defense is too hurt. It's a lot to overcome. I know the Patriots only have 2 wins against teams above 500, and Jim Harbaugh knows how to coach well in the playoffs. I just don't think there's enough. I don't think there's quite enough for the Chargers to overcome all their injuries. So I'm going to take the Patriots at home.
Yeah, I mean, you really can't say much more different than that. Pete already called it. Herbert chokes in the big moments. There's just not enough talent on that team right now to compete. The Patriots are, I think they're a fugazi team as well. I mean, they're not the superpower Patriots everyone thinks they are. Drake May had a cream puff of a schedule this year. Don't get me wrong, I think he's a potential great quarterback, but cream puff of a schedule. So
Oh no, they had that's not an opinion, that's a fact. They had the lowest strength of schedule for the this season. So
I was out there beating fucking bums. So yeah, I think this is a closer game than people realize it's gonna be. I think Herbert's out there just fucking chucking it up, going fucking Keenan Allen's down there somewhere. Um, you know, and yeah, the Patriots gonna win a close one.
When the lights are the brightest, Josh or fucking Justin Herbert just creeps back into obscurity. Um, Patriots. That's enough said.
all right, and the final one, Texans Steelers in the Steel City. This one is actually probably the toughest one for me to pick because the Steelers at home is still a real home field advantage. I just think the Texans defense is so good. I think they've been so good this year. They've really battled back. D'Amico Ryans is a really good coach. The Steelers are getting DK Metcalf back, so their offense is going to be a whole lot better. Man,
Let's not forget what Riley Leonard just did to their starting defense.
yeah, I mean that's true. I'm going to take the Steelers at home.
I'm taking the Steelers at home as well.
I'll take the Steelers at home.
For our boy down in South Kakalaki, let's go, Steel Curtain. Let's get that shit.
I think
Sprinkle some holy water around.
I think this is Aaron Rodgers just send off into eternity. He's gonna win Super Bowl MVP and just ride off into the sunset like a unicorn.
Just one last, one last.
Did we just hear it first from Ray?
I think you heard it first because that would be the final nail in Aaron Rodgers' anti-Jets coffin.
Oh my God. Oh my God. What a boom. Aaron Glenn this.
Yep.
Wow.
Yeah.
I don't think that
And
happens.
all
But
Jets fans will forever have is that one moment in time, that one fleeting moment in time.
listen, uh, back to that moment. That moment in time, September 11th, Rodgers jacked up with the flag.
I was jacked up. Everybody was jacked up.
Everywhere. I've never been so like amped up for a
I
non-Raiders
was
game.
ready to re-enlist in the military.
I
I was like, get me back in, baby. I'm back.
Shout out to another listener, fellow coworker Ed Huda, who is a Jets gangrene fan. I never been just more hyped up in my life, just amping him up. That was, oh man, Jet Super Bowl 14 wins maybe. We as a company, we booked the fucking tickets to go see the Jets and the Chiefs because we thought it's going to be Rodgers and Mahomes later on in the year. Just and then 2 plays later, I'm sending out a message. Oof, I think that was his ACL. Come to find out, it was the Achilles, and that has been a long spiral of the New York Jets. But yeah, to be put yourself time and place in the world, that picture right there with Rodgers, it's just encapsulated in all of our minds. And now he's in the black and gold, just looking like the grizzled veteran. Can we shout out to him screaming at I don't know, it was his OC on the side, like they muffed up, like he couldn't get his helmet right or something, and he was just losing his mind that they took a timeout, just going,
Still loves it. Still loves it.
what for all the flack that he gets for being like a weirdo and like he's just an odd cat. He is
Hyper competitive.
a competitor just through and through, and I love that. Like that's who you want. Call it like you need that guy to be an asshole. Like for all intents and purposes, like that's Brady had that. That's like the dog thing.
Yep.
Peyton Manning, he was a fucking he could be an asshole too. Um I don't think Eli was an asshole. I think
No,
Eli
Eli was a calming, stoic presence. That's why I think he was so good in the playoffs because he was just always so calm,
he couldn't check his temperature because he was just
ice cold.
I was just ho hum about it and
Eh,
just
well, we're gonna give it our best shot. You know what? And you know what? And his best shot gave me not one but two ringy dingy. Well, we're gonna call it there, folks.
Oh, phenomenal. Listen,
Phenomenal.
playoff football is here. We are on the brink of a fresh start in both of our franchises.
Thank God.
Oh my, it's so oh well.
I'm gonna need a Tyler Loop jersey.
Wow. My a shout out to that kid, that poor kid.
Yeah, shout out. He's getting a lot of shit.
Oh my
He's
God.
learning what it's like to miss a big field goal in a big
Oh,
moment in the NFL.
my God, that was
Meanwhile, Justin Tucker's getting a tuggy somewhere, laughing his way to the bank.
oh all right. That's
That's definitely not safe for work. So
Hey.
no, you can't. So if we can't support Deshaun Jackson, can't support him. They're both pieces of
John
shit.
Watson.
Deshaun Watson.
They're both pieces of shit.
With that being
Um,
said, thank you guys so much for watching, listening,
like,
liking,
subscribe, shout us out,
like,
hit
subscribe.
us up on our cellulars, and we will answer the hard questions like Zachary did with Mr. Rizzo today.
Listen, I love it. I love the hard questions.
Listen, I
Didn't back down.
shout out to Nick for having the rant of the all time of this podcast, probably.
My
Probably.
therapist will be contacting you tomorrow, Nick.
Um, yeah,
So will mine.
as we announced at some point before the Super Bowl, we will host the first annual
Doggies.
the first
The Dog
annual
Talk Sports Awards.
Dogs Talk Sports Awards. Look for categories to be announced. Look for the nominees to be announced ahead of time. I think we all should probably dress up in our Sunday's best. That needs to be at least a core four podcast. I believe Dano has to be on there. Maybe we'll get some special guests. Maybe we'll get Mr. Golden to pop in.
Sure.
We'll get the South Kakalaki man maybe for maybe
Just
we'll
a
get
big old one.
yeah, just like even like a guest appearance.
I have to do time slots.
A pre-record perhaps, who knows. Well, but yeah, I the doggies are coming to you.
2025 was a hell of a sports year.
Oh my God, 2026, we are on the brink of something special.
Yep. Yeah, one can only hope.
Oh yeah.
All right. Peace out, everybody.